Listen, this is all gonna go off great if it wasn't for Carol Baskin. Are you ready? Ready for 4 o'clock. Okay, here we go. Ready? The intro's playing now. Welcome everybody back to the Ultimate Deck Show, live in front of our green screen. This is Wade.
Pretty great green screen.
I like it. If we've doing our job, then you don't see the green screen.
Killing,
right? I've gone to that well
great
before.
Great execution.
Wade Laurent, Shane Chapman here with you today. We are talking about Carol and Baskin.
She killed her husband.
She's something.
She fed him to the tigers.
Anyway, today we're talking about Decorators, the brand of Decorators. That's why we're wearing these, right? We got Decorators glasses, because who's cooler than Decorators? They gave us glasses, so therefore, do you want to do this?
Nope.
You're 40 now. You have to. You're
not
allowed to wear them any other way.
Still got thick neck.
Okay, so Decorators is a brand of composite decking, American today. Today I'm American, dual citizen on this show.
Speaking of American and Canadian,
yes.
When you eat a meal at 6 p.m.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. When you're having supper.
Do you eat dinner or supper?
I have supper.
I eat dinner.
You're American today.
True story. What do you eat?
Is it pop or is it soda?
Soda. It's pop.
Pop for me?
Soda pop.
No, it's pop for me.
There's only one soda pop in this world, and it was Soda Popinski. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Nintendo, 1987.
I'll fact check that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the dates right, and Mike Tyson's name was never on that video game because they couldn't license it. But everybody knew that the final character was Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Why don't you know this?
Because I didn't play video games. I had a motorbike.
For the love of God. Decorators is up and coming. I don't know if that's even appropriate to call them that anymore, but Decorators is a big brand of composite decking.
They make market share.
A lot of boards, and they are a brand that's been in the industry for a long time. Yeah. And been making all sorts of things, not just decking. They've been making all sorts of things like balusters and post caps and railing and like all sorts of like deck accessories. That's why their name was Decorators, because they originally, I'm filling in the marketing thing now.
They orated.
Assuming. They what?
Orated.
They orated your deck?
Yeah.
Okay. So they did things that decorated your deck. They did accessories for a long time. But they've also been producing deck boards for 20 years. Is that right? I don't know. I might have made that up. But I think it's been a while. But they've been doing them under brands, under private label brands for box stores, or they've been doing things like help me out here. There's a brand of decking that, oh my goodness. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not.
There's no way that I'm not thinking of this right now. It's right in the tip of my tongue. We're going to come back to that.
I can't help you. I don't even know.
Fiber strand technology.
You didn't give me much information.
There's the information you need. Fiber strand technology. Anyways, you go to their website. This is going to be our screenshot for this one, because every time Bryce captures me giving you a dirty look, and that becomes the post. God, I can't understand why that's not coming to me. But anyways, nowadays they're making some great products. And so they make some traditional wood plastic composites. Composites, sorry. And very similar to how everybody makes wood plastic composites. They mix plastic and wood together and then they cap it, right? And so on the website, you're going to find those brands. There's some that are exclusive to the box stores. What we're talking about today, though, is the really good stuff that they make.
Really good stuff.
And what that is, that other one is on the tip of my tongue and it just won't go away. And I can't even think right now.
Why don't we Google it?
Because I don't want to cheat.
How would you find something?
I don't want to cheat.
How would you find something that you didn't know? You didn't have information of?
I would normally Google it.
Okay, well then, it's okay. They can know that you use Google.
Fair enough. I'm boycotting.
They found you because of this.
I am boycotting Google right now, though.
Oh yeah, you mad?
I don't want to Google it.
Yep. Well, Bryce, use Yahoo.
I didn't say you couldn't. You helped me out on this.
What are we looking for?
Decorators makes. We're trying to. There's a brand of decking, and I know it. I know the decking, and for some reason, it is slipping my mind right now. It's sold in town. We don't sell it. There's a Cedar place that sells it.
Latitudes.
Oh my God, that's it. Where were you 60 seconds ago?
I told you. You didn't give me enough
I gave you fiber strand technology. That was enough.
Nope. Latitudes decking. No problem.
They used to make an uncapped, whatever. I don't care about that stuff. I'm sorry, decorators, I don't care about it. I care about the Eovations lines of decking. So they've got this new proprietary technology of making deck boards. And they call it Eovations. E-O-V-ations. You can figure out the rest of that. Like vacations. Not having one of those this year.
No.
So build your deck.
No, you're not. You're having a backyard vacation.
Staycation, they call that.
Yeah. Give or take. I think staycation, they were like, it had some proximity to it. More than 50
If you're
feet.
sick and tired of this banter we have going on right now, check out Deck Shop Shorts for the succinct version of this Decorators lineup talk. It'll be done in 3 minutes. We won't waste half an hour of your time, as if you're doing anything but Netflixing during this quarantine. Eovations is a new way of making decking. There's no wood in it, so it's not a wood plastic composite. It's actually, I believe, limestone is the filler they use inside of that. And instead of mixing this Play-Doh together and pushing it and extruding it through, this is how this
Nope, don't do that. I don't do that.
This is how this normally works.
It's gonna be a big blurred box here.
Here we go. Bryce is going to blur this out. It's okay. Don't
Imagine,
worry.
I can't make a square, a rectangle with my hand. Can you?
I can get closer.
You can't even close the
I
circle.
don't have the, well, because I don't have the finisher.
Okay.
Oh,
here.
look it.
I'll do, okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. How do you do that again?
Just one over the other. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
There's the deck board. Now you have the really fun job.
Yeah.
You're the plastic
I'm
and
the
the wood.
Kool-Aid guy.
So you have an extruder, a mold, a steel mold here.
Steel mold.
It's the shape of the deck board. Then you mix all the plastic and the wood together, all that recycled stuff, you melt it all, you mix it together, and then what happens?
They go through here like this, but then it changes shape to square.
It squeezes it like Play-Doh into the shape of the deck board. That's how it's normally made. I don't know how the new stuff is made, so all of that was for naught.
No, they pull it. They like,
So they're using a process that they internally refer to as pultrusion.
yeah, that's it.
And so for all the decorators, people that are working here, not here, watching this and working at Decorators,
Yeah.
or Universal Forest Products, whatever company you want to call it,
Yeah.
they're like, they know us because they know our terminology now.
Yeah.
But we've never actually been to the plant yet. Jace DeBoer is going to get us there at some point. I trust that will happen. But they're using pultrusion. So what are they doing?
Don't do that.
What are you constantly cleaning up the desk?
It's like dirty here.
They ball this stuff. They don't ball it up, but they create this mixture and they pull it. They pull it instead of pushing it through that mold. They pull it and they stretch it. And what does that do? Have you ever taken a piece of bubble gum and like did that?
No.
You have not lived. No Mike Tyson's Punch Out. No bubble gum.
Some would argue I've lived too much.
Arguably. You pull this apart and what it gives us linear strands of fiber,
Yep.
right? And so we've actually pulled these deck boards apart. You have no idea how much effort that took and axes. It wasn't a safe endeavor, but we did it. And it took like 4 guys pulling this thing, but we eventually split a board. Do you see that?
You caught it though, it's on your hands.
I spit a board. We pulled that thing apart and the inside of it looks like you're ripping a it's like you're ripping a log apart.
Yeah, it just like looks like wood.
Cut. Let's just start this episode over.
Nope.
Okay.
I have things to do.
So a piece of wood, like imagine like you split.
Yeah.
Here's a good example. You're trying to split firewood with an axe.
Yes.
You don't get all the way through, but you pull pretty
pull
close and then you pull it and to pull it apart. That's what the inside of that board looks like when you pull it apart. So it's got this long, fibrous core to it.
Yeah.
It looks just like wood other than its color. And so that adds, why did we even start talking about this? That adds a ton of strength. And so this stuff, you can't just like break, it doesn't just break in half because of this linear strand stuff going on in the middle of it.
Yep.
It literally like, I don't want to say can't, but it can't be broken.
Well, it can be, but yeah. It's really hard.
But if you've ever seen these guys at trade shows, they put their boards, on like 16-inch center framing just like it would be, and they have this safety cage.
Yep.
And they give people sledgehammers, and they're like, if you can break that board,
Then nothing.
then no, I don't know what happens either.
Nope. They haven't had to think through that because nobody breaks them.
Yeah. So they let people whack this thing with sledgehammers, and it's fine.
I can't tell you how many times I've had people come over to my house and hit my decking with sledgehammers.
I would volunteer. Like if you want that to happen.
At least never. Never. Not one time.
If I had a nickel for every time somebody, this is TikTok for you. If I had a nickel for every time somebody tried to hit my deck with a sledgehammer, I'd have one nickel, but that's really messed up. Anyway, the deck is super strong.
Are you on TikTok too?
Yo, yeah.
How does it feel?
TikTok.
Told you hadn't lived.
No.
My favorite was the other day when you described that there should be an app for people like duetting and singing together and doing karaoke together, and you described TikTok.
Yeah. Because I wanted to do a video. I wanted to send a challenge to a guy in Calgary, a singing challenge.
Yeah.
Karaoke challenge.
Turns out the app exists and it's one of the biggest in the world. Remember Deck Shop Shorts. The way it's made gives it incredible strength.
Actually,
so you can hit
I
this
want to
with
be
the
part of
sledgehammer.
Deck Shop Shorts now.
It can be like it resists scratching and scuffs quite well. It's a very, very, very durable board. It's got no wood fiber in it, so it is very impervious to moisture, to swelling, to ground contact in the water. Doesn't matter. You can put this stuff anywhere. Now, again, when you go to the website, this is only the Eovations line we're talking about. Correct. Because they do have traditional wood plastic composites that don't have those qualities.
Yes.
And they're fine too, but just like those are like everybody else's, we're not talking about those. The Eovations we're talking about. So they've got 3 lines within Eovations.
Yep.
Now, all of these lines have a fantastic warranty behind them. It's 25 years, which that number off the top maybe doesn't sound super dramatic compared to other big brands' warranties now, because everybody offers at least a 25, so it's really good.
Yeah.
Some guys are offering longer, up to 50, but in the fine print of things, it's a really strong 25-year warranty because they're not only covering the boards themselves, but if you have a problem with the boards, they're also going to cover the labor to replace the boards. That, my friends, is something you're not going to find
on anybody
very often. So you might get a 5-year on average labor warranty on a lot of other big brands if it's installed by one of their qualified pros.
Yep.
And in some cases, there's other fine print. It's like if they got to be a pro, but they have to have sold so much dollars, and they have to. Deckers doesn't care. Install it properly, and you get the labor warranty. Doesn't matter if it's you, me, DIY guy, pro. Doesn't matter.
That makes the most sense,
right?
If you're going to put the deckboard properly, put the deckboard down in this way, not by the person who spent $50,000 buying decking from me last year. Who cares how much decking he buys?
Yeah. I agree.
Put it down the right way.
And that's why I like, we trained some of our staff, some of our new staff the other day, and it was like, we went through and I talked about warranties and they're like, oh, considering how good this board sounds, it's weird that they only have a 25-year warranty on it. And I was like, you watch your dirty little mouth if you want to keep working here.
Yep.
And so I just said that.
Oh, I'm blocking it.
I just told them.
Noise on it.
Get your mic free. Oh. I just told them it's like, yes, but it's an incredibly strong, and 25 years is still plenty long, but it's an incredibly strong warranty, and it's, there's more included in that warranty than the ones that you might have for 50 years. So it's a great warranty, bottom line. Let's get to the boards, okay?
Yeah, already?
Already. So there's 3 Eovations lines. The first and lowest cost Eovation line is called Frontier. Yeehaw! It's got 3 colors. Wade's going to read them because he needs to. That's cute. There's 3 colors. This is solid. They're all solid colors. No variegation in these guys. So first of all, before we get to it, let's show what the edge of the board actually looks like in this fancy little camera we have over here. You can see in this little guy here.
Don't look at that camera. Look at the other one.
That there is, no, I'm actually using this camera right now. Back off. My face isn't on the camera right now, right? I can go, and nobody's seen that right now because Bryce has it on this camera over here.
I think that might.
I might have changed that up. I might have changed it up right now. So you can see inside there's no wood fiber. If you've looked at a piece of traditional wood plastic composite, you can see the wood fleck inside of the board there. You don't see it on this because there isn't any.
Yeah.
The top surface is the textured side. It's colored all sides, but the back surface does not have the same embossing. It's just a smooth embossing. So it still looks good. So if you were going to use this as a privacy wall, for example, where the back side was going to be exposed to something, it still looks really good in the back. It just doesn't have the same texture as the front side of the board. So that's a quick little doodly-doo. It's only 7/8 of an inch thick. Have you ever seen Bryce shake his head?
He's so disappointed
more than today's episode.
Nope.
I told him this one's going to go off. This one's going to go off, Bryce. This is the first board here. Look at that thing. That is a board called Woodland Brown. Oh, right. We're going to do this because it looks fancier. Good call. That was my idea. He just had to remind me of my idea. You can see it's got a nice texture to it. The grip on this is fairly good. It's actually quite nice. It's got a lot of traction on it. It is very durable. The scratching, it is, again, you can hit this thing with a sledgehammer. It is awesome for durability. Again, you can put this on a dock, no ventilation requirements. It's just a awesome performing board. So that's Woodland Brown. If you're looking for just a solid brown, that's your ticket.
Do you want to
let's get the Prairie up here. So Woodland. We'll slide the Woodland out of the way for a second, and we'll bring in Prairie. So this is a nice board here as well. It's a bit of a baby poop brown color, but it is same series, same price point. Now these are probably, I don't know. Okay, this is going to be in the $4 and some cent range in Canada. In the States, that's probably around a $3 board likely. Yes. So it's a good price point. Solid color again. This is called Prairie. This would pair quite nicely with the Woodland we just talked about. So let's slide into our DMs here and see those together.
Great job.
Nice combo.
Those two are really good.
They are good.
Do these come in multiple widths?
These ones do not.
Good.
Any other questions from the gallery? What's this one called? Summit?
Yep.
Do you like that?
I didn't read it before.
Okay, so here's the last board in the series. This is the gray entry. Everybody's got a gray entry. And this is called Summit. I like this because it's quite a neutral gray.
Me too.
But it is, if you had to say there was an undertone to it, it's probably a hint of bluish on that side, but it's a nice color Summit board. So,
ooh, good call.
How do you, you're American today or am I American today?
I'm going EY.
What is that?
The spelling on it.
Oh, I see. You jumped ahead.
Because I was able.
Way to ruin the joke, Wade. How do you
able to anticipate what you were going to ask?
So these guys call it, well, they don't call it a gray at all, Summit. But they would call it GRAY.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Americans. You know?
Well, so my argument was that dinner versus supper, dinner is an experience. And so you like spend the day thinking about it.
What?
Yeah. So you spend the day thinking about it and you like pair a nice wine with it. And it's like, if you're going to have supper, I can have supper at Arby's. But if I'm going to have dinner.
You go to Arby's?
I haven't been to Arby's, but that's where I would go if I was going to have supper. Right? But if I was going to have dinner, I would make it and I would have planned the meal out and I would have bought wine and I would have like given some thought to that. So
for you, they're not synonyms for you. They don't mean the same thing at all.
Don't mean the same thing at all.
You use both, but not interchangeably.
Correct.
You are I like you.
Well,
that's incredible.
That's why we get along so well. Next. This one has no words.
I feel like we're really good with transitions. You want to know why? You know what this board reminds me of?
Bryce is going to be just so mad at how much you rub the table.
You know what the color of this reminds me of? It looks like a late night of drinking the next day. The moment, it looks a little pukey to me. So if you're going to spill your lunch, we can also talk about...
Jace.
Do you say lunch? Do you say lunch?
Lunch.
Not dinner.
Not dinner.
Dinner is supper time.
6 p.m. Dinner is 6 p.m.
And lunch is noon. But dinner is 6 p.m., but fancy 6 p.m.
Yep.
Okay. So I quite commonly will call lunch dinner. Are you ready for dinner?
Nope.
More often than I'll call dinner supper.
6 hours from now.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Look, I don't. They know it's a little bit pukey too. It doesn't mean it's not a nice color. I've puked up some pretty interesting colors.
Just like
this board.
Deck Shop Shorts. I want to watch Deck Shop Shorts.
This is called Hick. You want to just like leave this episode right now and go watch Deck Shop Shorts.
It's like, oh, good.
This is called Hickory. Now, listen, it's a nice tanny color. It's the reddish streaking that evokes
hickory wood is.
Yeah, but that's why the imagery is evoked of throw up. I think it's a good color. I like the color. I'm just saying I've seen that before, and it wasn't on a deck board.
Yeah.
Okay?
So you didn't work with enough wood then. So I've worked with hickory, and that's
you think that's bang on? That's a good replica?
It's a good replica of it.
Good for them. I didn't know I've puked up hickory before. So hickory, nice streaking on this too. So this is part of the Vault series. The Vault series is, again, an Eovations line. The Vault series has a cathedral greening to it, a cathedral streaking to it. So you'll notice that it's subtle in this board, but the the coloring all points one direction, right? You'll kind of see on this board here, it's got a bit of a crown right there, like the Pope's hat. Hey?
Yeah, good reference.
So this cathedral graining is nice, but it does mean that all your boards have a direction to them in a way. So if you're going to lay them on your deck, which is I find is probably one of the better places to put a deck board.
Yep. We keep them in the yard, but lots of people out of the yard, they go right onto a deck.
Typically, yeah. Sometimes the road.
Yeah.
But so you need to pay attention to which way the grain's pointing in this case, because you probably want it all pointing the same way, or alternate it, but whatever. Don't do all of one and then flip one board and then don't call me if that happens. I call Wade.
Use that one.
This one here is called Mesquite. This is another Vault line board. There also is 3 colors in Vault line. So we just showed you hickory, now we're showing you Mesquite, and I want to show these together because I think these could work quite well together too. But this one's that nice neutral chocolatey brown with some black streaking. Again, it's a little bit cathedral-like. This pairs very nicely with hickory. Oh my God. Look at, oh, wow. You can really dance. Hey? Oh, so you can really dance, huh? So these two look really good together. I like that a lot in the camera there. It looks quite nice. That's a good combo right there. I'm sorry for calling that pukey.
Tear your deck up, put that on.
Yeah, that looks really good. I like that a lot.
I told you.
Those are 2 good colors, Mesquite and hickory. Also,
last one.
Some of my favorite Bradley smoker recipes involve mesquite and hickory.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy Bradley smokers online at ultimatedeckshop.com. Now, this is the last entry, the gray entry into the Vault line. All the same fantastic attributes. You can really see the cathedral graining in this piece right here.
Can.
It is very much pointing all the same direction.
Yep.
Again, fantastic color. I love this one. Nice neutral gray with a bit of a blackish pointing on it. What do you want?
What's the name?
Dusk. Did I not get there?
No.
Oh, I was going to get there. You ruined my Twilight reference. So anyway, this is, I thought I did. I didn't?
Nope.
It's not like it's on tape or anything. Beautiful board. I think this has just enough coloring for character. There's a lot going on in there, but it's not overpowering. There's not a high contrast in the coloring, but it looks fantastic.
I think the Decorators has really nailed their grays. A lot of people, a lot of different companies make their grays and they do it too blue or too brown.
This one definitely airs on blue a little bit.
They both air on blue, but they've done it good.
Yeah.
Well.
I like to do everything good.
No. Fake news.
Can we get a Dyson in here? Can we get a Dyson?
Which one do you want?
All these things they're shedding.
Transition time.
And we can't stop ourselves from wanting to sweep the table
Next
off.
one.
It's just like clean guys we are. All right. So I don't want to get too excited about this one.
Want to get.
So like I think that if you're shopping for decorators, if you're shopping for decorators, who? Fergie.
See? No. Exactly. Yeah, it was. Black Eyed Peas.
There were 5 of them. 4 of them.
She was the lead.
How many peas in a pod?
Fergie.
4?
Want to get.
What are the other ones' names?
Will I Am.
Will I Am.
That's it.
Okay.
There was only 2 of them. There's only
the other 2.
Exactly.
Fergie, Will, and those other guys.
It wasn't Will. It was Will I Am.
Willie was.
William.
Will I was. That's a better name.
Okay. He was. Now, so if you're shopping decorators, undoubtedly the best stuff in their lineup is the Eovations line, and we've just looked at 2 of those. But within that line, they have. Wait, hold on. Why is Eovations so good? Why is it so good though? We didn't talk about the expansion and contraction, Wade. We have to talk about it. Don't get frustrated. Stick with me here. You don't watch these back end after anyway. The Eovations line is They have tackled the issue of composite and PVC deckings expanding and contracting so much.
It's like we talked about some of the reasons.
We talked about the fact you can install it in the ground, it won't absorb moisture, it's got good traction, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But we didn't touch on that point, and it's one of the most important ones. Yeah. The expansion and contraction is minimal. So on a 20-foot, these are averages. On a 20-foot unfastened PVC board,
ooh, yeah.
Average brand, let's say, from winter to summer, that board is going to expand and contract up to a ½ inch on 20 feet. That's significant. On a traditional composite, wood plastic composite, 1/4 inch. Still quite a bit.
Yep.
Eovations decking, less than 1/8 of an inch.
Yep.
Close to a 60, like it's very minimal. So
negligible.
You can cut your miters on these and miter them together. And I'm not guaranteeing they won't open at all. I'm just saying they'll stay closer than anything you've seen from a man-made product.
Correct.
And it's not completely ugly to do it that way. You can miter these corners and they'll stay looking pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but now what they've done is they released this Voyage line last year with 4 colors in it. You know what? Nope, we'll leave it for later. Voyage line with 4 colors last year. And what they did is they put a new embossing on this, a new texturing that improves the grip by an incredible amount over what was already a good grip on it.
Why don't you throw out a percentage? You don't need to fact check anything.
I think that they said it provides up to 35% greater traction than competing PVC deck boards.
Okay. Having nearly blown my knee out in the showroom when I turned on it.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
So it is grippy. If you're looking for something with great traction, like this is why this stuff is so good around pools. It can't be hurt by moisture.
Yep.
And the grip on it is incredible.
Yep.
And no stats behind this yet have been released, but the stuff stays less hot or doesn't get as hot as other products as well. So I don't know the number on that. We're going to test that this summer though.
This summer.
If
it would ever warm up,
we will test it.
I could tell you what it's like at -5.
So
had that since November.
This one here is called Costa. Costa?
Costa. Costa.
Hit us up in the comments. Costa or Costa. There's another one like pecan or pecan. This one it's a bit of a yellow, like a muted or dull yellow, and I don't want to say it in a bad way, but it's not yellow. It's like sandy yellow.
Yes.
With some nice black streaking through it. And so in the Voyage line, it's no longer cathedral, it's linear hair-like streaking.
Yep.
It's straight lines. You don't have to worry about the direction of the boards. This stuff is gorgeous. It's very, very pretty.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. You're just gorgeous. Now, here's another board. This one's called Mesa.
I did that the other day on the stories. Did you hear that? I was like, we were doing something in the stories.
And so Mesa is, again, Voyage line. This is kind of a reddish, orangey, lighter brown color. It's a hard one to classify, but it's kind of a light brown with a hint of red in it, you know?
Yeah.
So it can look good with Costa. These are a good Costa Mesa. Costa Mesa. Together, if you're looking for something in that color palette. But there's also the nice thing about the Voyage line is that they all work really well together too, right?
This one I messed up. I should have.
I know that's what I was hesitating for. I was like, maybe we should have brought that one in, but leave it for last. Let's do it last.
Okay.
And we'll go back through. Because if people are still with us at this point, they'll be with us till the end.
They're out of a job.
They're like they missed dinner already.
That's right.
This one is a real hot toddy. This one here. So this is called Tundra, and it's because it looks like a tundra. It's like light grays and whitish, kind of muted of any color. It's like the open tundra, rock and brush. So fantastic looking color. It is really a striking color. Beautiful streaking through it, same as the others, but just the color is very unique. It's a bit of a gray, but it's got a tanniness to it. It's one of those dirty grays, as we call them.
Yep. The best.
So good. Then they've got the Sierra board, and now this is it's that board, but darker, right? Now you've gone into a really dark gray with some streaking to it.
Blue undertone.
Looks amazing. Do you think blue undertone on that? I was going to go the other way. I thought more of a tanny undertone to that. But it's not the first time you'd be wrong.
Today.
These two together, Wade, get out of my kitchen. Look at that.
Might be the best combo. Of all time.
Of all time.
Today. All time today.
Okay.
It's great.
From the Deckers Eovations lineup. Come on.
I might have a new favorite.
If you're in the gray market, these two here are frickin' phenomenal together. They are. You know what? I actually want decorators to use those words on their website to describe these two colors.
Listen, I get random dude in Saskatchewan that you have no idea.
I get that there's red tape at large companies like this. It takes a while to get some website changes made. I give you 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
Timeline.
4 weeks.
Yeah. Frickin' phenomenal.
Frickin' phenomenal. Better show up on your website to describe Tundra and Sierra together. Nope. Frickin' phenomenal.
Nope. Can they quote you?
These colors are, they can quote me, that's fine. Yeah. It can be a quote, but the words must show up together. They can't mess with it. It can't be holy frickin' look at these colors, they're phenomenal. No, it's gotta be, listen, these colors. It's gotta be together. They're frickin' phenomenal, these colors. So, listen, everybody, if you want to do these two colors together, you've never seen anything like it, okay? Okay?
There's no better
frickin'
colors.
phenomenal.
There's no better
I've put
colors.
down billions and billions and billions of feet of this decking. They're frickin' phenomenal, okay?
Fact check.
They're
He has
real.
Not put down billions.
They are. They're real. Like, yeah, exactly. In pure Donald Trump fashion, that was an entire lie. Now, that at the end of 2019, it was game over. We rolled the credits, we wrapped this up, and then we went out and we're like, boy, we wasted a lot of people's time today. But people wanted more
time.
People wanted more. And so quick, pause the video after it says, and in the comments below, what's missing? What color's missing from that lineup? Comment below before you hit play, and then you'll get to see if you were right. What color's missing? Don't answer it because it's for them, not for you. Now they're going to unpause. That's right, everybody. We got ourselves a oh my God. A beautiful brown board. I could have played that up a bit more, hey?
Yeah.
We got a beautiful brownie here.
I'm surprised you didn't.
So the only complaint people had last year was like, hey, listen, these are phenomenal. Frickin' phenomenal even. These colors are great, but you're missing a brown. There needs to be a more neutral brown option because the browns you have are kind of orangey or yellowy. We need a brown. They released Kaya.
It is so
brand new this year, and I don't know that a brown color has gotten me this excited about like before. There's browns everywhere and they're always nice, but this is there are some that are really nice. I shouldn't say that, but what a unique looking, but just like, it's just perfect. I really, really love the look of this brown board.
Yeah. So the only board that I have seen that I thought was as good as that, or comparable even,
Azek Mahogany.
No, Spiced Rum. Like, I think Spiced Rum has done a really good job, right? Like,
Spiced Rum's fantastic. It's a great board. Yeah.
Can we do that?
Can we do what?
Can we show them beside each other?
Are you gonna do this?
Hey, listen, I don't want to mix brands.
Has this been done before on YouTube?
I don't want to mix brands, but we could. I
don't know how people are gonna feel about this.
Who? The Decorators people?
Nope.
Trex people.
All of our viewers.
Oh,
I don't know.
We don't have any. They've all.
So let's give you a couple options here because Trex does make a really nice popular brown as well. So and it's really good too, right? So there they are. You've got your. Oh, I feel dirty doing this. We've diluted the pool. It's like
Anyways, that's the only one that I've ever liked as
Trex Spiced Rum.
As that. As the
Decorators Voyage Kaya.
And so now that Kaya is out, I like it more.
Holy smokes.
Better traction. I like the streaking better. It's a little more consistent.
I mean, you're getting super durable. Like, both these are fantastic options. Super durable.
Yeah.
But we've already done Trex's. They've had their time.
Yeah. So anyways, that's
there's
I love that one.
So it's fantastic.
I'm a huge fan.
Have we paired it up with anything? If you want to do it with
anything.
This whole lineup plays well together. If you want to pair that with Costa, like, geez, Louise.
I was trying so hard.
Who is Louise?
To get a guy to do that. Last week I was trying to get a guy to buy that, and he had quoted it, and then at the last 11th hour he pulled the Costa from the deck. He's just going to do Kaya for the whole thing.
Oh, well, that's also a good choice.
But it's not over yet. We haven't delivered.
What else? Let's try Mesa with. Let's try Mesa with.
Send some Costa out there.
Like, that could work really well as well.
Absolutely. If you had a brick house, like if you had a red brick house or something.
Oh yeah.
This is your field. This is your accent. Boom.
You've got a red brick house.
What about this one? Sure, try it.
Yes. Why not? There's no rules here, ladies and gentlemen. You can do whatever you want.
Rules.
There's no rules.
Yep.
Live a good life.
Have rules.
So I actually think this looks really cool.
Yes.
Some people, the odd time people mix browns and grays, it's not very common. Some people do it. It's high contrast. It's not for everybody. This is probably one of the best looking gray-brown combos there is out there.
So what if you did Kaya, Tundra, and then Kaya Field?
Sure. Like, I think this looks great together. I'm not one of the people that usually thinks that the gray and browns look good together. But I don't talk people out of it because I understand that some people do, and it probably does look okay in some scenarios, but I would personally never do it.
Yeah.
But I would personally do this. Mm-hmm. I think that looks fantastic.
Yeah. Well,
okay, now, I know that this combo's been done too. Our distributor said you should do this. We've done it before and it looks really good. And this was actually what our showroom was planned for. This was supposed to be the combo of our showroom.
Really?
But this color wasn't available in time when we needed it. And so Sierra and Kaya can work together.
Okay. I
prefer the Tundra and Kaya, much prefer it. But that looks pretty cool.
All right.
The Tundra looked pretty cool.
Amazing.
Now, we're going to stick with this, folks. You've already finished Netflix anyway. There's nothing new posted on there. Tiger King is over.
Yeah,
Carol Baskin.
The 8th episode has come.
It's Carol Baskin's fault that there wasn't a brown color last year.
What? I think Carol Baskin created...
Don't get rid of those yet. What are you doing?
I was going to set them down.
So bring them back up here. We're not done.
All of them?
Yep. Because so before we get to there, this lineup that we just talked about, this Voyage lineup, what Decorators has now done is launched multi-width boards.
Yes.
Is that their official name for it? Multi-width? Varied plank? Boy, I'm sorry, both you companies that do these right now, because I always get these mixed up and I can't remember, but varied width. Anyway, what they've done is they've released these boards
over there.
These boards in different profiles. So these boards themselves that we've been showing you are 5.5 inches wide. That's industry standard for a deck board. That's how wide they are normally. They've now released narrow planks, 3.5 inches, and wide planks,
7.5,
7.25 inches.
Well, close enough.
And so now you can mix and match these patterns. And so if you want to do some sort of intricate detail as far as an inlay goes, or you just want to alternate the boards on the deck to make them look better, or use the wider boards for your borders or your stairs or whatever, the creative license is up to the installer. But you now have that creative license assistance with these multiple width boards that you can really start playing around with.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Like, I've seen stairs done in a regular width, then a narrow, then a regular, and that looks cool to put a little insert detail inside there.
That one looks really good.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
Commonly, people are using wide plank if you're doing a single picture frame, doing a wide one.
Yes.
So that your railing's not covering the entire board. You still get to have some of it revealed.
It's fantastic.
That's a good use case.
That might be my favorite use.
The alternating, I've seen people do this. They go like narrow, regular, wide, narrow, regular, and either patternized or not.
Yeah.
Can look really cool. But I think some of the coolest stuff is like they lay the field in one size, usually the most the common width,
yep.
And then they do a border in like the wide one or something, and then in the middle of it they do like some sort of like hatch or herringbone or some sort of pattern, right? Like a thatch pattern almost. And that looks so cool. It's a lot of extra work, but you can really start to get creative with those things. So the Voyage line has those boards available, those varied width boards.
Yes.
Now, they also have this other board that you're going to find on the website that's in its own category, and it's called Dark Slate, and they call it a picture frame board. So it's not available in all the sizes. 12 foot, 16 foot, 20 foot is what you can get the other ones in. This is only available in a 21 foot board.
Such a good idea.
Because it's only meant to be used as a picture frame board. And so, I mean, you could do your whole deck on it if you want. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. But this Dark Slate board is a very dark brown, kind of a little bit of a bluish, I said brown, not brown, dark gray.
I was like, that is not...
Kind of has a little bit of a bluishness to it.
Yeah.
But what they've done here, so the reason it's 21 feet is because a 20 foot wide deck is very, very common.
Yeah.
And the problem is you frame your deck to 20 feet, most people. They think I'm building a deck 20 feet wide, therefore I'm going to frame it 20 feet wide. What they then learn when they go to lay their decking down, because they didn't plan this ahead because they don't build decks for a living, is they want to then nose the board over. So they're going to build their framing like this. They want the board on the outside to nose past that a little bit. 1.5 inches is pretty common. So now your picture frame board actually needs to be 20'3" to get past your frame and provide nosing, and they don't exist. So now all of a sudden you have to put a seam in your picture frame somewhere just for 3 inches. Not ideal. So these guys are like, problem solved. We'll make the board 21 feet, and that way.
What's the matter? You're extruding it.
No, you're pultruding it.
Right. So they are. Pultruding it. It's like, does it matter where the knife slashes down on the board?
Yeah,
not
it's
at
an
all.
extra foot of board, right?
Yep.
So they solved that problem. Then this year, they're like, hey, if this is only being used as a picture frame board, why don't we groove the one side so you can use your hidden fasteners right away instead of having to screw this board all the way down? So now they groove the one side of the board, but not the other side. So, like,
hidden fasteners?
Of course.
Okay, let's
hello. So the idea behind this board is that it's a color that works with their whole lineup. They figured this board can be used with all of the colors. So we're going to start with, I don't know if these are intended here, but this is Summit. So we're going to go back to the Frontier line and show you these two colors together, and missy. If you're looking for gray with high contrast, this combo right here is fantastic. There you go. Grays with contrast. Let's get Summit out of there. Let's bring in Dusk from the Vault line. Well, lordy, look who's 40. Just about us. Pretty close.
Next year. I got a whole year of freedom still.
This is a great combo. So if you want to step it up a little bit with the coloring, go to Dusk. This still borders very, like, you're not going to look at this. Sometimes people put boards together and they're like, do you think this goes together? And you kind of look at it and be like, not really. It's just a little bit off. Nope. This one looks perfect together. Don't put those away yet. We're not done. We're going to go through the whole Voyage line. Because they made this the color of the streaking pellets in the rest of this lineup. So Voyage, they're saying this can be used with all these colors. Could you use it with this brown one? Might be the least likely, but you could. It does kind of match the streaking color in there a bit. So that looks great with Kaya. Dark Slate and Kaya. Here's Dark Slate and Mesa. So again, that's actually a really cool look.
I like that one a lot.
Yep, that's a great option there. You can do that. You can do it with Costa. This one I like a lot. I think this looks really cool too. So that's a cool combo. Again, it's the same color as the streaking pellets, so it does match. The texture matches. This one doesn't have the extra traction texture.
Doesn't have the extra
but it's still really good.
That's okay though.
There it is with Sierra. So that looks really good.
Yeah, I would do that. I could do that. Maybe I will do that. My deck
looks so good. And finally, Tundra with this. So again, it looks unreal. And then you can mix and match all the colors like we did before. You're not restricted to using one. You're not restricted to using two. You can use 3 colors on your deck. It's okay. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can. Why can't you?
I don't know.
Check out Premier Outdoor Living. He's going to do that right now.
He's done it last year.
So I don't know what more there is to say about Decorators. These Eovations boards are really fantastic. They are really something that you should be considering in your search for your new deck if you're looking at a more premium price point, because these Eovations ones are at the top end of their line. They're kind of mid-price to price point boards.
Yeah.
But they should be in the conversation if you're looking at, Trex Transcend and TimberTech Legacy or Reserve or AZEK boards.
Yep.
Fibron Symmetry Line, Concordia stuff. It should be in the conversation with those boards because they're at that price point. But they've got some really, really attractive value propositions within those boards. So I don't know. Like everybody that's using these boards right now, a lot of contractors are falling in love with these things and saying this is what we're doing now as decorators. So
the only thing that I would say that I don't like about it is when you cut it. It does.
If there's a knock,
that's the only thing, right? And it kind of like it gums up on your saw blade and balls up a little bit, but that's it's okay. It's just. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I like everything else about the board.
It's super lightweight, so it's nice to work with in that regard. It's as lightweight as a PVC board, so much lighter than a traditional composite.
Yeah.
But yeah, cutting it, I don't know if it's limestone or what it is that makes it so hard to cut through, but it definitely generates a bit more heat, which then the cut isn't quite as clean without kind of like rubbing it off with your finger. It's not a big deal, but it's definitely harder to cut.
Yep.
That's what it is. Yeah. Outside of that, it's
the solution to that is to use a saw blade that has less teeth on it, right? So don't try and cut it with an 80 tooth or a 60 tooth saw blade.
The more teeth, the more heat, which is not good, right?
Yeah. Use a 24 or a 40 tooth. That's yeah.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Decorators Eovations lines in the Frontier, Vault, and Voyage lines. They are a great choice. If you're looking at them already, you've done yourself a good service. If you're not looking at them, have a look at them because they're worth looking at for sure.
Ask for a sample, right? Like email us, get a sample from us, or email Decorators and get a sample. At least look at it. Give it a shot.
And if you do need a quick reminder of this whole thing without watching this whole 40 minutes of nonsense that we just did, I don't know, we're probably at least 40 minutes. It's ridiculous. But check out Deck Shop Shorts because it'll kind of do the whole lineup quickly. A little bit, right? Yeah. We do have a podcast, if you're not aware already, that is on every podcast platform called the Ultimate Deck Podcast. So if you want to listen and learn while you do something else that starts with an L, that's travel related, that didn't come to me. But while you're on the go, if you want to listen to some deck news, then the Ultimate Deck Podcast. Tune into that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification button. Let's go. Did you say lounge?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to come up with a different L word while you travel.
Listen, learn, and lounge? And
I don't know. You said it came up with an L. I actually thought you had a word that you were like waiting for you to guess.
No, I didn't. I didn't. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Check in again at the next edition of the Ultimate Deck Show. Subscribe. Peace.
That was the best episode yet.
See, he liked it.
Easily.
Nailed it.
Big fan.